On the back page of the Irish Independent, it's Colin Keyes' story that Wexford's team costs increased by €250,000. And I might just go into this in a little bit more detail because he says essentially the point here is that the cost of relative success in the GAA is just skyrocketed. And in terms of Wexford's amounts, these are the ones that are most notable. Potentially it's because you've got Davy Fitzgerald coming in and you've got Banty coming in, two big personalities. Of course, they expected the footballers to go a lot better. It didn't happen. Even after the league, they expected things to go well. So they're not only bowing down to big personalities, they're bowing down to two guys who they thought would get huge results. Of course, Davy was quite successful. So they spent €945,224 last year on all hurling and football teams. That's an increase of $250,000, 36% on their 2016 spending, which is, if that's the rate of inflation right now and running a GAA team, then it's going to go completely out of control. It's an outlier, though, you would imagine, because you look at the income at Wexford and it's gone from 2.5 million in 2016 to 3 million. That's including an additional 150,000 in commercial and fundraising activities. So while they're giving all this extra money to the disposal of Davy and to Banty, of course it's not Banty anymore, they are also doing a lot more fundraising. It doesn't state how they've managed to go about this, but you'd imagine it's just more
supporters clubs and
more testimonial dinners, stuff like that.
The managers are right, obviously. That's the first personality. It's their right to come in and say, we demand that we get all these extra facilities. Like Warren Gatlin was talking last night about the Welsh Rugby Union and the amazing facilities they've built in the Vale for the Welsh Rugby team, and how they've just spent another £1 million putting in a cryotherapy chamber, a wrestling room, which I thought was fascinating, all these other recovery and fitness facilities. Like, the managers are correct to go, here, if you want us to get to this level, here's all the stuff we're going to need to get there. And it's a long-term plan, obviously. It's up to the Wexford County Board to manage that and say, well, you can have that, but you can't have this. And like, that's the spend will ultimately, they get to decide what they're spending.
I'm not saying money's everything here, but Cork jumped 27% from 1.37 million to 1.74 million. That's kind of a similar jump to the jump that Dublin spent. 1.75, oh sorry, no, Cork are just below the 1.75 million now that Dublin spent in 2011. Now that's across four teams, and they went deep into August in all four codes, of course, winning the Football All-Ireland. So that's the sort of jump that's required. Cork obviously made a noticeable jump with regards to hurling this year. How much of that is actually going into the football now remains to be seen, because obviously that was a disastrous campaign. But certainly in the hurling side of things, you're seeing instant results. With Dublin in 2011, you see instant results. As I said, I'm not saying money is everything, but in a lot of cases here, you do get instant gratification for your money. Wexford, certainly in one code, is another example.
Yeah, and also, like, I mean, that short-term thing of the hurling team are successful, so let's pour a load of money in there and not worry too much about the football because it's not great at the minute. That's in my view, exactly the way not to do it. And we've spoken on the show as well about the idea of actually somebody at some higher level stepping in and saying, so the FAI got a lot of stick for giving their $5,000 to League of Ireland clubs to go and build a strategic plan. Actually, that totally makes sense to me.
Yeah.
That you would go and build that strategic plan and actually put some sort of a long-term plan in place to, like, some of it comes with success and some of it doesn't, but like, success isn't always winning Leinster Championships or Munster Championships or All-Irelands. Success can be, something very different.